everyone, and good evening. Welcome to another episode of Shiz and Giggles, our weekly wind down podcast where we talk about anything and everything and most all of it. My name is Emily, and I will be your host today, but I am never alone. My first co host, she is a lover of all things true crime, a Taurus sun, and a Taurus sun and moon, excuse me, and she puts hot sauce on quite literally everything. Let this girl spice up your life. It's Demi. Oh, Demi, you might be a little muted.
Quite embarrassing as somebody who has been a production supervisor before. But hello, everyone. How are you doing?
Doing wonderful. Welcome both visually and audibly. We'd love to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, my second co-host, she is a Nicaraguan American and super proud about it. One of her joys is making people laugh, and she makes me laugh often. She also goes real hard for music she loves, and she's serious about work and passions, but she knows watching the latest highly acclaimed adult comedy show in bed is just as important. It's Fatima.
Hi, guys. Hello.
Hi, Fatima.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy to have both of you here today. All right, let's kick things off this week. Today's trending topic, because we've all been talking about it, it's this week. It's the 2021 award show season. So this past Sunday, the 2021 MTV Video Music Awards took place, and like always, it had its controversies. From Machine Gun Kelly and Irish boxer Conor McGregor scuffling to Doja Cat's several costume changes, it was a show worth remembering. The Met Gala also happened, and this week normally happens in May, but was delayed a little. So it's technically not an award show, but some award-worthy outfits. So I'd like to ask my co-hosts and everyone watching, what was your favorite Met Gala look?
My favorite Met Gala look ever, it has to be 2018 Blake Lively. I think it was absolutely gorgeous. The theme this year was heavenly figures or something along that line. I just love Blake Lively in general, and I think this outfit was beautiful.
I do love Blake Lively.
Yeah.
Gotta love that gown too, though.
Oh, yeah. Her and Ryan Reynolds. Favorite. Love them.
They're so funny. Fatima, what about you?
Mine would have to be SZA from 2018. I believe that was like that angelic year. Also, I'm not sure what exactly the theme was, to be honest, but it looks amazing. I love the color on her, and the crown is just so like simple.
Astrological queen.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
She's a fellow Scorpio, so I already
I
know.
really. How did you know that?
She's also a legend.
I love that. So I'm not. I have to be honest. I'm not as familiar with the Met Galas as I probably could be. So I'll just say that this year my attention has been caught by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's Tax the Rich dress. I know that there's been so much controversy about whether this is too political, unpolitical, is using her. Lots of talk. I think it's a funny dress. I think it's accurate, and I think she is utilizing a means of communicating to people that are our age and younger effectively. That's all I have to say. So that's where my brain's at.
I agree. I love AOC. So.
Right. Yeah. Hero. So second question. What do you think of influencers being invited to the Met?
I know that's a huge controversy because so many people are like, it's not fair. They didn't earn their place or whatever. And I get that for some influencers like David Dobrik. He has nothing to do with fashion. He doesn't care. He just shows up. Whereas I feel like influencers who are into fashion or are very fashionable, and that's like their whole vibe, I definitely think that they should be invited, and that there's really I don't feel like they, but then again, I don't know the Met Gala's process of who's invited and who's not invited, but I don't really feel like they have a process.
The only thing that I know about the process is you can only get a free invite, like you only get to attend the Met Gala for free if you are wearing a designer's, like you are invited by a designer and the designer, you're wearing their outfit, which I'm like, it's a giant costume party. Are we really going to make it like, oh, you haven't earned the right to wear a giant horse dress? Like,
Yeah.
that happened. So let's not make rules that don't need to exist. I don't think.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm indifferent about it.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, yeah, everybody's a human being in the end who's like, who's allowed to kind of have fun at those kinds of things, you know? Like,
Mhm.
I mean, I get it though. It's prestigious, it's fancy, it's really like, ooh, you gotta have your ticket, but I don't know. I don't think it's that deep. Is it that deep?
Yeah.
I don't know, but like you wouldn't invite. Okay, no, I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna be done.
Demi's like, let me give this an actual rule. Let me play the devil's advocate.
I'll just stop.
It's kind of 6 one way, half a dozen another. It's all
They're
true. All influencers one way or another.
Oh yeah,
that definition really adds to it too, because if it's influential for that, like the viewers, that's what people want. That's what the producers want. So
that's true.
That's true. Makes sense. It makes sense. So our final question then, kind of getting away from just the Met Gala. What is your favorite award show in general?
I really like the VMAs.
Oh,
I think I love music, and I love when they do music videos, and like the videos they've done before, they make it a little different. And also, I'm not going to lie, Doja Cat saying I look like a worm was hilarious this year in her one costume. But I just think they're so fun. The VMAs tend to be super fun.
I agree. I do like the Tonys.
Okay.
They are fun just because they're a little bit less they're fun. You get to hear so much like really weird music and also because I know some people in this office are really intense show people, and I am not. So watching the Tonys means that I get to know the things that I don't otherwise know. So there's that. Otherwise, I'm not honestly a huge award show person, period. I'm trying to get better at it. I think this was the first year I've ever watched the Oscars. Like,
really? I was just gonna say that's my favorite award show. Like Tarika, I see that she loves. You used to be into the Oscars back in the day, but I like the Oscars a lot since I was a little kid. Like I'm talking about 5 years old, watching it with my parents because of my parents. My family is just a bunch of movie lovers. Also, I watched Forrest Gump when I was like 4, so it's like, but also I did see Andrea. You said BET Awards, but those are cool award shows. I don't know, like you said, just kidding, but I used to really like those alongside the VMAs. I kind of umbrella them because they're just about celebrating really good music. So
yeah, I have to get more into it. You guys are convincing me as we go. All right, it is time for segments, everyone. So let's go to Hot Take with Demi.
Hi, everyone. So this week, my segment did change a little bit. Instead of here's a tip, we're doing a hot take. So this week, since we're talking about the Met Gala and award shows, I figured why not have us judge a few of the Met Gala outfits. So me and my co-host are going to be looking through a few of the outfits from this year and judging them, whether on we'd wear it or we wouldn't, whether we like it or not, or if it's absolutely crazy. So for our first outfits, we have Barbie and Precious. So this year's theme was in America, a lexicon of fashion. So it was kind of American themed, the all American. So a lot of people did a 1920s look, which I feel like both of these ladies did beautifully. From these two, for this one, I'm going to say which one my favorite was. And my favorite was honestly Barbie, if we're going to go with the whole 1920s vibe. I think she looked absolutely gorgeous. So how do you two feel about these looks?
I do love that dress. Like Barbie Ferreira's dress is like, it's actually like I wouldn't wear it because it looks very heavy. But she looks. I mean, they both look stunning. But that dress, it looks like it. It looks like it sounds good too. Do you know what I mean?
Like it makes that like thinking sound.
Yes. Although Precious Lee, I do love the throwback, the idea behind it. It's a little bit more out there. than
The
Barbie
shoulder
Ferreras,
pads,
but
yes.
Yeah. And then also Terica said more 1980s, which I do see now with the shoulder pads.
Mhm.
So I definitely love it. Love it. Andrea says that Barbie is a 4 stars and Precious is 4.5.
ooh,
Okay.
okay.
So now we're
She
gonna
got
go
better
into our
style with the out like the way that she's like walking
swaying,
it.
like the way she's standing. Kind of makes
Mhm.
me think of jellyfish. Okay. Next outfits. So we have Tyler Mitchell and Billie Eilish. So Tyler went with the All-American baseball player, and supposedly Billie Eilish was doing Marilyn Monroe for this
Mhm.
look.
I thought so.
So I really like Billie's dress. I am a girly girl at heart, so this dress is my dream dress. I would 100% run around my house in it on a lazy Saturday. I'm not gonna lie. So I have to go with Billie's as my favorite for this one.
I feel
Same.
like this is an unfair set to put next to each other, Demi, because it's not fair to Tyler Mitchell. Like that's a really nice look at the satin, the shoe. It fits nice. But
It's
Billie Eilish doing
beautiful.
Marilyn Monroe, like
It's
True.
I honestly didn't mean to put these two together, and it just so happened that that's where they ended up because I wanted to show both of their outfits because I liked them, but they were the one they were kind of like the last group. But I do love both of their outfits.
the two All Americans.
Oh yeah. Okay, so next up we're gonna have a character favorite, which is Jessica Rabbit, done by Gigi Hadid and Pamela Lesser.
Paloma? I think it's Paloma. Also.
Paloma.
There you
I
go.
literally said that so wrong. I am so sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Paloma. My brain switched the letters around.
That
Okay,
means
so judging this based on like classic Jessica Rabbit, I'm gonna have to go with Paloma. She
Mhm.
looks gorgeous, and I think it is so well done, and like the way it just shows her curves, which was like the ultimate Jessica Rabbit thing. I think it's beautiful.
Mm.
you know.
Mm.
Like Gigi looks great too, but I mean, Terica
Gigi
kind of said
Hadid
it
always
best.
looks good though. That's like kind of goes without
She looks
saying.
boring
She
but
looks
nice.
stiff.
That's
I agree with
accurate.
you.
That's
She
accurate.
looks
Yeah. I mean,
uncomfortable.
if she was trying to go for Jessica Rabbit, she should have worn red.
Yeah,
But
Paloma looks great.
hey, she looks amazing. They both do. Okay, so next up we're gonna go into our crazy round with Kim, Rihanna, and ASAP. So Kim decided on a horse head, and the reason behind her outfit was for the horse girls of America. That's what she said, supposedly. So I find that very interesting, and I think Rihanna and ASAP look like they're wearing duvets.
I'm sure a lot of second graders appreciated that.
Yeah.
I was one of them. That's interesting.
That's funny. I mean, I guess kudos to Kim Petras for the gumption.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm kind of a Riri fan. And I mean, Rihanna looks comfortable.
Yeah.
ASAP looks like he's got to hold that together all night, but Rihanna looks like she's comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I love
it. Looks like a snuggie.
It really does, a thick snuggie, and it is still hot, so I can't imagine how hot they were there. Okay, so last up we have our gold looks. These are our goldens. So we have Iman and Lil Nas. So Lil Nas had 3 outfit changes. I chose this middle one because I honestly think he looks like a character from Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But I absolutely love Iman's. Like, I don't know what her inspiration was behind the America theme, but I think she looks gorgeous. I think this dress is so interesting and creative.
I feel like she looks like the lion in the which movie company is it that does the roaring lion at the beginning?
Oh, I know.
Streets are paved with gold, the American dream. That's the inspiration that I see.
Maybe.
What a headdress though.
I know. Okay. So now that we've judged these and done a couple of our hot takes, so if you had to, I feel like the question's a little too hard, but if you had to choose one of the looks from today to wear to the Met Gala, with the same theme, which one would you choose? I think I'm going Barbie. I really liked her outfit. I don't think I can pull it off the way she did, but I loved the outfit.
Billie Eilish.
Okay. I'm going Paloma.
Okay. Yeah.
That was a hard one for me.
Yeah.
I love all those.
I love
Okay.
it.
Iman, or Iman, definitely.
Yeah.
All
Iman,
right.
it was amazing.
That might be a close second as a
Yeah.
headdress.
I mean, you have to wear it for a really long time.
All right. Well, thank you, Demi, for showing us all of these fun hot takes. So moving on to our next segment, let's go to Fatima with Music and the Player.
I'm excited to talk about this segment today, Music in the Player, where I discuss the impact of music on culture. And today, specifically, it's with my heart because this month actually is Hispanic Heritage Month. So I did want to make it a little Hispanic-y with Latin music. And I'm sure all of us have some kind of acknowledgement of how powerful or cool, I'm speaking from heart here, how cool Latin music is. And you can see here, the facts don't lie. The statistics are here to show that Latin music is definitely on the rise compared to like 2 years ago, 2018 to now, 2020. It's a whole 700 almost $1 million revenue, which is really cool. I can imagine this year is even is much more, as you can tell from the past year, hearing music on the radio from Bad Bunny and from J Balvin. And this article right here from Rolling Stone literally says how Latin music is basically the most fastest music genre growing in the music market right now, in the U.S. music market, of course. But it's really interesting to hear about, just because I've listened to it my whole life, and it's kind of just now, in the last 5 to 10 years, really growing into what it is now. But there are some pros and cons to this that have existed for, I mean, decades really, but it's really hitting the limelight now with like the VMAs, for example, this last Sunday, where they did have one genre for Latin music, which is cool, but the thing is, the music artists that won, and it's no shade to them, it's more so the VMAs, that Billie Eilish and Rosalia won, and that's cool if y'all into their music. It's just that Rosalia though is from Spain, and that's European. That's not Latin American. And obviously Billie Eilish is from California, and she is American, and that's cool. Again, like I'm all for collaborations. I'm all for mashups. That's really amazing, but there's some lagginess going on in the award shows in terms of showing appreciation for these artists who are changing the game quite literally, with like 10-15 years ago with like Daddy Yankee, as you guys may know, like in 2005. It's happening right now with Bad Bunny and like J Balvin and all this stuff. It's really cool. But on the bright side though, from my perspective as like a Hispanic person, I think that Latin music is finally getting the appreciation in mainstream, and that's really, really cool. And I personally have a favorite, which is Ozuna. I don't know if you guys are familiar with who that is. Ozuna. He actually has a song with Doja Cat, called Del Mar, and I'll say Del Mar. And it's what? Yeah.
So you said that. Like, let me translate. Del Mar.
That means from the ocean, and it's really, really good. And the point is, it's becoming more and more mainstream. So I'm really excited to see that. Seeing like my favorite American artist collaborate with my favorite childhood Latin artist. But I'm curious to know what you guys may think of any Latin artists you're into right now. You have a song, maybe. We all know what's that one with Justin Bieber? Despacito. We all know Despacito.
It's a great song.
It's a great song. Yeah.
Recently, I've actually been listening to a lot of Sabrina Claudio.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with her,
Oh,
Fatima.
100%.
She's incredible. Just incredible. Highly recommend.
Yes. Belong to You. That's one of my favorite songs by her.
So good. It's like calming, slow music. It's good.
Yeah.
But Kylie Uchis is also.
Yes.
I saw her in concert in DC right before the pandemic started. That was the last concert I saw. It was really incredible.
Yes, ma'am. I love her. She's from Colombia, so she's really cool. Yeah. Demi?
I'm not gonna lie, I am horrible with music artists. I will never know a music artist, but I know songs. I really like reggaetonera. It's so like I don't know, it's just like this fun like dancing song that I listen to. I actually found it in one of my Zumba classes.
Okay.
It was like a Latinx like Zumba class. And so I found the songs and I love dancing, so I found it and it's just like a really fun song. It's by Anuel AA. I don't know if you know them, but very interesting. I think it's like low key. Like I think it's like very like someone like no one knows and they only use it in Zumba classes. Maybe
you know what? I'm gonna
but like, hey, it's my vibe.
Yo,
it's like listening to Meritmo.
Yo, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna definitely look into that because that sounds cool. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Fatima. It's really wonderful hearing all of these important topics. But final topic, final segment. Last but not least, we'll be wrapping up today with my segment, Want to Draw About It. All right, y'all. Welcome back to our segment about art. And today, kind of in line with last time, we're going to go with an art game versus an art activity. So instead of doing a calming exercise, we're going to do a little challenge to see one of these things does not belong. So in this game, follow the rules. You will be given 4 images, segments of fairly famous paintings, all by the same artist except for one in the set. You have to decide which one of the 4 in the set is out of place. Even if you do not know the artist who made it, I did pick ones that you should be able to maybe just look at them and be able to tell, but hopefully for a few of them you do know. We'll see. I don't know. Are you ready? Are you ready, kids?
Yeah.
Aye, Captain.
Good. All right, for our first set. I don't know if y'all know any of these paintings.
I do know the bottom left and the top right.
That's 50%. You're good.
I learned about them in my art class in high school. I could not tell you the artist, but I know I studied them.
True.
If you had to pick one that was out of place, could you guess? And could you give me a reason why?
I think it's the top left. My screen's really tiny, so I'm going to make it big. But I think...
You have the power, Demi.
Now that it's big, I might change my mind.
I think it's the bottom left.
Bottom left?
Yes.
Top right, Heather says.
Oh.
I'm changing. Okay, so I think I'm going to switch.
All right, are you locked in? Answers now. I've got in my head.
No, bottom right. I think the bottom right is different.
Man, you all guess something different. I'm going to go ahead and say this might be the hardest one.
Okay.
This might be the hardest one. All right, the answer is bottom right.
I changed my answer last second.
Congrats, Isabel. I changed my answer at the last second.
I changed it right before we switched over.
Good job, dude.
Say what?
I said good job.
All of the other paintings are by the same person, but this one is by Pierre Auguste Renoir, and he was known for giant scenes of people. The funniest fact about this painting and almost all of his paintings is that if you create a line of sight for every single person, none of them are actually looking at each other. They all look like right over top of each other or like right to the side. No one is making eye contact. And that is the same for almost all of his paintings. And I love that simple fact. But like I said, I think that's the hardest set. So let's move on to ones that are maybe a little simpler. So here you are.
Okay.
I hope you all are familiar with at least some of these pieces.
I am.
Yes. I think the top right is the one that's off. Because the bottom two both have horses.
See,
and
whatever
then
logic you can give me.
and then the left sides, they have similar like fun backgrounds, which artists tend to have like similar styles in their pieces where like if they're gonna have crazy backgrounds, they have it in like all of them. But I could just be talking out of my right now.
Any guesses?
I'm gonna also go with top right with Michelle because
The artist. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it just looks different from the rest.
The sculpture is not different enough for you.
I mean,
No.
I don't know.
All right. The answers are in. You are correct. This is a painting by Amy Sherald, done in 2018. It's actually hanging in the National Portrait Gallery of, obviously, Michelle Obama. Funnily enough, the other artist, Kehinde Wiley, who is very, very famous, and that sculpture, if you don't know it, I'm ashamed if you all don't, it's in Richmond. It's directly out front of the VMFA in Richmond by Kehinde Wiley. And he actually is the artist who painted Barack Obama's official presidential portrait, and it's also hanging in the National Portrait Gallery. Highly recommend looking up both of their artworks. Absolutely incredible artists. All right, next set.
I'm gonna say top right.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. Ditto. Because the watercolors from the other three look similar to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All of these paintings are by two different painters, obviously, but are what's known as Fauvist paintings. And it was a movement in the 20s and 30s, really, that started upending what color could do and started assigning random colors to things. Like all of a sudden, water can be green and pink versus blue.
Cool.
It's pretty awesome. But the answer is... Too fast. The answer is... This is a painting by André Derain, and the rest are paintings by Henri Matisse. Matisse is actually one of my personal favorite artists. Both really fantastic. Matisse is actually considered to be the founder of Fauvism, kind of upending color, but Derain is pretty incredible, much more vibrant with most of his colors, a little bit more heavy-handed as well. I mean, those trees look like they're literally on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. We have one final segment, and this is another one that I hope you all know somewhat what these 4 paintings are, even though these are segments of 4 paintings or art pieces versus actual paintings. Are you familiar with at least a few of these?
Yeah. Yes. I can tell the style from the bottom right, but
very famous portrait of Debbie Harry from Blondie.
Yeah. I think the bottom, I feel like this is a trick, but I think the bottom left is the different one.
The Campbell's soup?
Yeah.
Lock in your answers now.
I think mine is...
Guests and audience, get your votes in now. There is no reward at the
both
end.
Both of the ones on the left. I can't decide which one.
I'll do top left.
Okay.
Yeah, Andy Warhol. That's what I was thinking.
Thank you, Isabel.
Yes, Izzy.
Cheating. Phone a friend. All right, the answer is... Don't say I knew it, Demi.
I knew it was a trick. I told you I was between those two, and I felt like it was a trick, and it was.
All of the rest are by Andy Warhol. Izzy is correct. This is done by Barbara Kruger. It's a very, very iconic piece. I believe it was the cover of Life magazine once, done in 1989. She is known for a similar kind of digital pop art, but she's much later than Andy Warhol. Well, not much later, but he was very famous by the time she came around. But I love this piece.
Okay.
Yeah. And that concludes Wanna Draw About It version One of These Things Does Not Belong Here.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much for playing. Well, I'm not entirely sure. Some of those were hard and some of those were not. So thank you all for participating. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about before we wrap up? Any final thoughts on artwork, Latin music, National Hispanic Heritage Month, the Met Gala. We've talked about a lot today.
I think that everyone this weekend, like I know that at AAP on Fridays we give recommendations. So I'm going to challenge everyone for their next Friday recommendation to recommend a Latin music piece.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So that everybody just like learns a little more, because honestly, like I'm not super familiar for it and I would like to learn more about it.
Mhm.
So
I can be your teacher, dude. I love
thank you,
that.
Fatima. Thank you.
Yeah. That's great. That's great.
All right. Well, thank you so much to my wonderful co-hosts, Demi and Fatima, and a special thanks to all of you watching. We hope to see you again. We stream every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can find us at All About Presentation YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn page. If you can't make it, then no worries. We repost our episodes every week to our YouTube channel and onto our Facebook page. Happy Friday. Adios. Hasta luego.
Yes.